crisis, the US Fed has created some inflationary tendencies. So therefore, there are multiple factors why the M&A space per se was not that great across the world. But coming back to India specifically, and what the future looks like. Now, India, I say, so far as M&A is concerned, if we see the parameters, it is pretty good. I'll just give some statistic and then we'll go on specifics. Like there is a PMI, Purchase Manager Index. India has done exceedingly well there. It is 3.6, our points is 3.6. And just to give some comparison, US is just 0.7. So we are 5 times better in that parameter. Likewise, there is another parameter called Business Confidence Index, BCI. It was 122 something 2 years back, and now it is almost 144, 145. So there also we are going ahead. So this means we have a stable government, stable system, political system is stable, the judicial infrastructure system is stable. So therefore, people are ready to invest into the country. So at least that confidence is there. So therefore, that is a good kind of an indicator. Trend, as Mr. Vijay said, that's right. If we just take away the IDFC's consolidation and Jio's demerger, the trend has been not that great, even in M&A in general. Not cross-border, in a generic M&A space is also not that great in past 2-3 years. It was very, very moderate. IDFC Bank and Jio is an outlier. Therefore, the number they go up. But if you remove them, then you will not see a big space merger activities going on. But as I said, it is just a fallout of some past 3-4 years situation. As a trend, what I see is that in coming times in India, at least these 2-3 sectors, financial service sector, the energy sector, the TMT sector, I feel are the one which are the most attractive sectors for investment, and we'll see lots of activities of foreign investors coming into these sectors. Why is so? Because infrastructure per se, or the financial services that are required for this infrastructure, the fintech, is an attractive investment which has lots of potential of growth in India. We have a huge adoption rate of technology. Almost 87% of the Indian population is adoptive to the tech model, and therefore we feel the need for these sectors will grow up. So with this, I'll just conclude my short remark.
Thank you, Dr. Mukul. Now
we can say it has become a legitimate concern. It is a concern. It's a smaller concern, but it has not become such a big concern that it's openly discussed.
Okay.
ISRO has started 3D printing for its parts. So there's again another disruptive technology which can really change things in coming time.
So all the manufacturing companies, professional, you must see, other than technology, 3D printing is also another part of technology which is coming and which is totally disruptive. Okay, Dr. Mukul, tell me what are the key drivers and the challenges which you are facing when you advise or your client is coming to you?
So as we have now seen, the trend is there, and obviously India has a lot of potential. Now coming to the key drivers, and I'll merge that with the legal and regulatory space also, because we have less time, so let's just go those two topics together. So the key drivers, India is a market, obviously, as Mr. Vijay rightly said, it is both. We have the talent also and the market also, and in the same country. Therefore, it is a very attractive destination for any market activities, and therefore we attract people to this country. But then now coming to the key challenges first, that what are the challenges? And there I feel there are 2-3 challenges, there are many, but 2 challenges which are per se in our legal and regulatory frameworks. I'll just give 2-3 examples to showcase that. One is like whenever a non-resident has to invest into India, he has to follow the NDI rules and other FEMA, FDI, ODI rules. Now, there's a twin rule. One rule says that you have to follow the pricing guidelines. Now, pricing guidelines means if a non-resident is acquiring an asset in India, the price has to be the market value or the fair market valuation of that particular whatever asset he is purchasing has to be more than that, or at least the fair market value. It also has, the NDA rules also has that if you give any indemnity, then that indemnity cannot be more than 18 months or 25% of the market value. Now, you see, if a person is acquiring an asset in India, Now, this person finds that this asset's market value is, say, 1,000 crores. But he finds that there are 10 issues, 10 litigations are going on, and that litigation collectively can cause a harm of 500 crores. And this person says that, okay, if I suffer litigation and thereby 500 crores I suffer, then you have to make good me this 500 crore. You have to give me an indemnity of that 500 crores whenever that litigation ultimately hurts me. It goes to final authority and ultimately hurts me. And if I go out of pocket, you have to give me 500 crores. Or say 100 crores, let's take a simple number, 10% only. Now 1,000 crores is the deal value, 10% indemnity. Now in India, in 18 months, you cannot complete a case, at least not to the final level. 18 months is a very short duration. Now, after 18 months, if the money comes or the person suffers, this person cannot recover it from the Indian seller because the regulation doesn't permit. Now, in that case, this is an unintended consequence that now this person, if he wants to do this deal, cannot do this deal because this person cannot go beyond 1,000 crores. If the 1,000 crores is the fair market value, cannot reduce the price because then it goes below the pricing guidelines. Therefore, you cannot reduce the price at the first instance. And second, if the person only based on indemnity, if within 18 months indemnity is not due or not chargeable, then he has to just forego that indemnity. So these are small practical challenges which our regulations have created. This is one example of this. Likewise, we are talking about competition law and digital competition law in the previous panel. There also, you see small unintended consequences of law. Digital Competition Act says that you have to have a threshold of 4,000 crores of revenue, 30 billion of global revenue, 75 billion of market cap, or 16,000 crore of gross merchandise value, and 1 crore end users or 10,000 business users. If you satisfy this twin condition, then you are an SSDE, systemically significant digital enterprise. And if you are an SSDE, your compliance cost is very heavy, then you are equivalent to an Amazon or a Facebook, and your compliance cost has to have that high. Now, the definition of group in digital competition law is linked to the definition of group under Competition Act. Competition Act says that if a foreign investor invests 26% stake, or if anybody invests 26% stake in your company, then that entity and you are in the part of the same group. Now, if a PE fund, a VC fund, which is like $100 billion funds or $1,000 billion funds, if they come and they invest into a fintech startup, then that fintech startup easily covers the first condition because then the global market cap is more than $75 billion because their group is $100 billion or $1,000 billion. And second is end users. Now, 1 crore end user. Now, mind you, it is end users. Means like I can have multiple accounts. I can have WhatsApp, I can have Telegram, I can have Snapchat. So me, one person can be, I can be a 5 or 7 end users. So if in India, if 100 crore people are using mobile technology, then they can easily be 400 crores or 500 crore end users. So if you are just one out of those 500, means if you have 1 crore out of those 500 crores, you are a fintech company which has to now have the same compliance equivalent to that of Google or Amazon. So by the very law itself, what you're doing is you are hampering a new entrant into the market, isn't it? Because then this law itself is creating anti-competition instead of creating competition. So there may be unintended consequences and they can rectify those things. What I'm saying is sometimes this legal and regulatory regime have these consequences which they may not have thought through initially. And that's why this constant dialogue and this kind of conference are important so that we can tell the government that they have to constantly improve these things. So this is one of the challenges I feel. I just stressed it here.
So, Meena, what is your view on the M&A challenge and regulatory aspects?
So I think definitely regulatory and legal hurdles are a significant challenge for any M&A deals. Apart from the examples that Dr. Mukul has just given, I would also like to add that when we look very specifically at the Web3 or the token or crypto industry that is there,